everyone was surprised when it was announced that Heihachi Mishima is going to be the third DLC character coming to Tekken 8, when it was previously and officially mentioned in a developer talk show, confirmed that
Heihachi Mishima is completely dead.
This follow-up story expansion of Tekken 8 showcases the reason as to how Heihachi got resurrected, quote-unquote, and opens up the door towards the future of the Tekken universe. This is JJ-kun, and this is my review of Tekken 8 Unforgotten Echoes story expansion. The story starts off with Eddie Gordo by the end of Tekken 7's timeline, where Eddie is gathering the Tekken force in order to stop Kazuya Mishima, until they have discovered the existence of warrior monks known as Tekken monks. These Tekken monks see the Mishima Zaibatsu as something that needs to be destroyed, and likewise sees Kazuya Mishima a threat that needs to be eliminated. That said, these monks are also the same group of people that saved Heihachi Mishima from his death from lava, or the volcano where Kazuya threw him in, and taken Heihachi into custody for already half a year now during the events of the story. A time skip happened after his quote-unquote death in Tekken 7, and it was revealed that he had amnesia for whatever reason and forgot all about the evilness that he did. Seeing this as an opportunity, Lydia helped the monks train Heihachi in order to become an asset as an ally. You know, Tekken isn't particularly known for its story, but after what they've done with Tekken 7, and especially in Tekken 8, I actually kind of gained hope that we're about to enter one hell of a ride, as everything seems to be placed down for something bigger. However, immediately after the announcement of Heihachi as DLC, it rather disappointed me. I'm even gaslighting myself that all DLCs, just like in Tekken 7, have no bearing in the overall lore and are only there for greed and obviously fan service purposes. Then they announced the story expansion, which stars the DLC characters and Heihachi. All my hope, gone. See, the reason I see this as a problem is that it heavily undermines the story and what Tekken 7 built. Heihachi Mishima was supposed to be history. He died from the okay, he died twice, right? There's two ways he died. Well, one, but we were shown two methods. One was from the final punch to the chest by Kazuya, right? And to top it all off, he threw him into the lava inside a volcano. That's what happened on Tekken 7. But the latter apparently didn't happen. Going in the lava apparently didn't happen. Anyway, talking about Unforgotten Echoes. Just like in Tekken 8's space story, it still had some problem with its pacing, but it is actually quite reasonable in this case, as Forgotten Echoes happen in the background while the story of base Tekken 8 is happening. In addition to this, there were some time skips as well to a reasonable degree. I found it quite difficult to follow at first, as I thought it's straightforward going from point A to point B, and instead it cuts to point D. But once you recognize those, as I mentioned, there's, it happened in the background, that's why there's some skips here and there. Once you recognize those, it'll be much easier to follow. I already spoiled the story a bit, and I would not go any further, but would just like to say that while I enjoyed this expansion, on a technical perspective, I hated it. Again, going back to the problem that I had earlier, I hated how they had to bring back Heihachi. I know Heihachi is a fan favorite, but you already killed him off, you know? The Mishima saga is already done, right? It was an excuse, and only an excuse to bring him back. But the twist wasn't something I was expecting at first. Honestly though, it could have been just a character episode. Especially that this free story expansion is just over an hour long, maybe even shorter, and it was overall an enjoyable experience to play. If only it did not destroy Tekken 7's story. Now, I'm not going to be talking about the music here or the graphics in this game because it's still the same, or the gameplay for that matter, just because of the fact that, again, it's still the same. It's just a story expansion. Nothing else is different. But I would just like to point out that the updated chapter select screen or the story select screen is quite aesthetic. Furthermore, aside from Unforgotten Echoes, it also added more information about the lore, which adds up more background and more lore, and answers as to why some things appeared in Tekken 8's story. If you want to see more of my Tekken 8 review, the base game, I'll be linking it down on the description, so you can read it. I'm not entirely sure if I'll be making a video for that yet. You know, see, this is a free update. Everyone can play it. Whether you'll enjoy it or not will be up to you. At the very least, even if you don't have the Season Pass or the DLCs, you'd still be able to get a taste of playing Heihachi, Lydia, and of course Eddie, and playing on the new stage.